Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Silversilk and More channel. My name is Neelay Patel. I'm the owner, designer, and educator here at Silversilk and More, bringing you another fun and fabulous tutorial using my product, Silversilk. And today I thought I would take a step out of jewelry making and try something new for a change, which is making some wine glass charms. This is one of those things that I feel like this is the time of the year to make them. It's the time of the year to use them, and you can find definitely more occasions throughout the year that's coming up, as well as holidays to use them. I don't know about you all, but whenever I go to parties and stuff, and there's drinks passed around, I set stuff down and I start yammering with my friends, and then I just forget whose drink is what. Right? We've all been there, and the last thing that we want during the holiday season is anything germy in our system, right? So this is going to be a good way to discern whose drink is who, but also just add a little flash and flavor to your silver silk making life. And I feel like with the type of chain and stuff that's also used, it makes it look a little high end, which I like. But I have got a set of 4, and I'm going to make 4 more with you guys in person, and I'm going to have a set of 8. And they're just super chimey and super fun and so cute. Here I've got one that's already hooked in, super pretty. In fact, I'll flash it down here at my camera whenever I get a chance. But I'm just going to turn the camera around as I sort of go through the project scope here. I will say that this is a live video, which means I like to talk to you guys out there that are tuning in and saying hello within my feed. And so I'll probably interrupt my own video just to say hi to a few folks. Miss Cecilia over on YouTube land, Viola as well. Hello, good to see you. So folks are going to tune either Stephanie Howard, of course, saying hi. I'm really excited about this project. I think it is one of my favorite ones of this entire workshop week that I've put together so far. Because it's so different. It's not jewelry. It's something a little bit of a fun twist on it, you know? So let me go over the materials that we're going to be use to make the project that we're putting together. The first is I have so many thoughts in my head, of course, that I'm like, what do I start with? Materials first and then tools, because there's only like 3 tools. I want to talk about this pipe chain because I'm obsessed with it. It is not quite purple, not quite copper, not gray at all. It's kind of just a fun, happy mix of all of them. And it turns into this really blush pink purple, sort of a dusty purple or dusty pink color. I don't know. It's indescribable. It is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. And it is sparkly, which the camera can only really pick up so much magic. But in real life, this stuff is super sparkly. You can grab the kit and the pipe chain for this in the silversilkonline.com shop under design kits. This was custom made for this particular project, and you can't find it really anywhere else on the inventory. But as far as how much you'll need, it's about 18 inches, and this will create 4 beautiful round charms for your glass. Or if you never wanted to use it for that, you can make a necklace out of it. Either way, you get lots of pipe chain and lots of beads to work with. So I'm going to set that aside. And for those of you who don't know what pipe chain is, it is a silicone tubing that has a hole through it that you can string virtually anything you want through. As long as it's under around maybe 1.5 millimeter in diameter, it'll fit through the little hole pretty easily. And if you do have a rubber allergy, I just caution because sometimes people react to either rubber or silicone or something latexy. And so just to alleviate all that, if you know you have an allergy, don't use this product. It is silicone based, and so that much I can say 100% certain. However, just to err on the cautious side, I guess. So, hey, Sarah over from Facebook. I'm going to flash a comment real quick as you've tuned in. I'm going to have to get my wine glasses with stems out so I can use the wine glass charms. Absolutely. This would be the best time to use it. All right. So other than the pipe chain, I've got a collection of beads and things here that I'm just going to quickly go over. I have in the kit included not my standard pipe chain end caps, but we've got these really great longer cord ends that we're going to use. And they have a hole at the top, as you kind of saw, and can see through the side there. And this is just going to help wrap up the and give that end a professional finish for your wine glass charms. In fact, I'll hold up the sample of where I've used it. There we go. And that perfect color combo. And so you'll need 8 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I can do some basic math here. I've just got a handful of 6 millimeter pearls, a couple of charms, some glass beads and crystals. Look at that little butterfly. Super cute. And I love it with that pink peach color. Okay, we've got another larger glass charm there and a smaller one here. I've got these really 2 great leaf charms that I'm going to use. So pretty. So I'm going to just dump those into a bowl. And lastly, I've got my Silkies charm. This is actually the knit texture that's on my Silversilk chains. And I replicated it as a graphic to put on these charms myself. And the back of the charm also has our Silversilk Silkies logo on it. It's just special. I don't know, I have no words for how meaningful this symbol and this charm is for me. So to be able to include it in this kit was like the best thing ever. And they are plated in the same metal as my other findings are. Whoop, that one doesn't even have, I guess I must have cut that off for a reason. We're gonna set that one aside. What was I saying? They're plated in the same metal as my other findings, and so they're very tarnish resistant and very high quality. Of course, they've got a little bit of weight to them because they are brass core, like the other findings too. I don't know why I cut that charm off. That's so weird. We'll not worry about it right now. Um. Oh, lastly, you will need some wine glass charm little wires. I included, I think, 5 or 6 within your kits. Um, Only because they kind of bend out of shape, and so I just wanted you to have a variety in case that, one was bent really out of shape. That way you can replace it pretty easily, but you'll just need 4 for this project. All right, what I'm gonna do first is actually grab my pipe chain, and I'm going to just loosely measure it around the wine glass charm. Try and get as best as you can from the end of where that loop sits all the way to where the curve of that straight edge is of the wire. Doesn't have to be perfect. If it's a little shorter, that's okay. But what we're going to do is I'm just going to eyeball that measurement, hold it with my thumb, grab a ruler of some sort, hold it up to your ruler, and measure out. So we are going to cut 4 inches. I'm rounding out a number here of our pipe chain times 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alrighty. Got a very baby scrap there, just in case you need it. The next step what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my chain nose pliers, and I'm going to sort of just very ever so slightly flatten out the wire that's stuck straight up. This is gonna help make it easier to slide in with my pipe chain. I don't wanna do that quite yet because I wanna get my end cap in there first, or my cord end. So string your cord end on, string your pipe chain next. If you need to stretch this out just a little bit, you can. It'll sort of whip back into shape once you've got most of it strung on. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and actually tuck in my chain into the end cap. If I've got a little piece of wire sticking out, this is the time to adjust it. Okay, and then just gently twist it as you're sort of stringing this along into the pipe chain. That'll help to sort of twist and turn and get it all strung nice and easy. Once you get toward the end there, what I'm going to do is switch over to my chain nose pliers and use that as my anchor to help rotate and twist this. Once I've done that, I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to just tug on that a little bit or pull on it so that I've got it all nice and butted up against that loop there at the top. Now, before I put in my second end cap, I want to add in my embellishments and also all of my jump rings that I'm going to connect to. So per ring, I have about 4 baubles, let's say. So I'm going to grab 4 jump rings that are 5 or 6 millimeter, will fit perfectly. Let me just grab a few of those. And mine are a tad smaller. This is from my shop, so we're going to see how these fit through because they have a 5 millimeter open diameter. There we go. Actually, those are going to work really well. So I'm going to go ahead and connect those right on, string them right over the pipe chain. As such. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Stephanie. Oh, I said hi, Stephanie, to you earlier. She said, duh, I forgot to bring my head pins and jump rings. Yeah, you'll definitely need some head pins and jump rings. So I have attached 4 of my jump rings right over the pipe chain. And at this point, I can go ahead and close up my ending by stringing the cord end over the pipe chain and then going back and bending that little wire that's supposed to go in the loop here as such. So now I'm ready to embellish however I want to. And so you can grab a charm. And I think the formula for this is 1 big charm, 1 Silkies charm, and a couple of beads or pearl. Okay, and for the beads and pearls, you will need, of course, your baggie of head pins. There we go. And this is something that you can always do later. If you've kind of established the base of your wine glass charm, then you can go back in and embellish everything at your own pace, however you want to. You can either do simple loops or you could do wire wrap loops. I'll show you both because that's variety, right? And I might like the wire wrap loops better, to be honest. Okay, so I'm going to give my wire a quick bend that is in a 90-degree form. I'm going to grab my round nose pliers and be at the very tip of my pliers. As I put it under the elbow, I bent that wire back around to me. Switch sides so that now you've got 1 mandrel on top and 1 inside of the loop. And then go ahead and press the rest of that wire straight back as best as you can to get it back into that 90-degree angle finish. What I'm going to do is grasp the loop with my chain nose pliers, and then I'm going to switch over to my round nose pliers to grab the end of my wire, and then I'm going to coil the rest of it around the stem. This should give you a nice clean wire wrap loop while still maintaining a very round loop there at the top. And then all you do is just clip off that little piece of wire. If you can do it at an angle, kudos to you. I was not able to as well, but the idea here is that it makes it easier to tuck in. And so now you've got a nice, clean, professional wire wrap loop. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing with the pearl because I really like that look, in fact. Okay, grab this. Give myself a 90-degree angle bend. Grab my round nose pliers. Okay, form that right around. Switch sides. Finish it out. Grab your chain nose pliers. Cover the loop entirely. If you're only covering a little bit, it's not going to look even and it's not going to stay in place. So try and cover up all of the loop with your chain nose pliers like that as much as you can. Okay, grab your other plier and rotate and coil that wire around the stem. Okay, once you've done that, just go ahead and clip this off. Oop, that landed on the carpet somewhere. We'll vacuum that up later. And now we're ready to sort of rearrange how we want to. So my thought process is to put all of the weighty, heavier, bigger things on the middle inside the two jump rings, and then the two smaller items on the outside. So I will find the seam of my jump ring and gently open it up. Grab my pearl, string that over and onto the jump ring, and close it back up. Okay, I'll do the same thing to the other ones. And in fact, what I think I'm going to do is grab another pair of chain nose pliers to make this a little easier on myself. The round nose, I'm afraid it could probably flip all over the place, but with these, it should make it a little easier. Okay, open it up, string this on, and close it up. Okay, I will say the smaller jump rings makes this a little bit less jingly. So if you're looking for less jingle in your life, sometimes a quiet glass charm is not a bad thing. This one has a slightly bigger jump ring, which allows for more movement. And so if that's your thing, go for it. This is going to look a little bit more stylized and straight on and not jingly. Totally your preference, though. At least I'll have a set of both now. Okay, that one is, let's see. There we go. Oops. See if I can make this go through that space. It is very narrow, so maybe I should have used bigger jump rings now that I'm looking at it. The 5mm, it might be too small for some of these charms. Okay, there we go. Grasp on, close. And I've got my little crystal charm, which will go at the end here. And we'll close that up as well. Okay. Kind of like how that's actually just spread out. It makes it easier to see each item. Super cute though. And if you're facing more of a teardrop shape, what I'm going to do is actually just press this down a little bit and get it to more of a circle shape just to make it a little easier. And at this point, you can see that, whoop, I guess there's not going to be a good way to show that in full, but I can kind of add this through and show you guys how it would look as a wine charm. I've got two on here now. So, and I think we've got enough time to make another one. That one went really fast. Let's do it. Okay, again, just kind of spread this out, unbend that little piece of wire, string on a open cord end. Okay, if you've got a few of these little wire remnant pieces that are sticking out at the end of your pipe chain, go ahead and just use your chain nose pliers or fingers to pluck them off. They get in the way of being stuffed into the cord end. But also, don't worry about your pipe chain ever fraying. It will not fray at all. That is part of the beauty and technology of how Silversilk is made. You can cut it to any length and not have to worry about it coming apart. Claudius is very pretty, thank you. If you add two wine charms, you definitely know it's your glass. That's so true, Joan. I might just add the entire set of 8 onto one glass, and there is no question of whose glass that is. Okay, I have strung those on. I'm gonna go ahead and keep on with the smaller jump rings here. I didn't mind that the charms were all spread out and didn't jingle as much. It's probably actually a nice thing. So I will just string those right over the pipe chain as such. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I can go back in and add on my cord end, the open cord end. And then I can go in and straighten out that wire, give it that 90-degree angle bend that it was there before, close it up, give this a nice little push out toward the side to get it nice and round, and I'm ready to embellish. So we'll do Silkie's charm, we'll do one of these teardrop shape ones, and then we'll add in a big honking crystal and a pearl. Okay, so I'll need a couple head pins. And I do like the wire wrap touch of this, so I think I'm just going to continue with the wire wrapping. Uh-oh, am I frozen? That's weird. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Let me see if I can redo my camera here as I'm making this. Don't know what's happening. Do-do-do-do. Okay. Getting my camera back online. I'm going to switch over to my face real quick and see if I can update my camera here. It suddenly got frozen and I'm like, what is happening? Give me just a second and I will put this back online. There we go. It's like, what is happening? Perfect. Okay, I was really frozen up for a second. Did not need that. Okay, we are back online. All right, we will make some wire wrap loops now. And grab my round nose pliers. I don't really need my loops to be gigantic. They can be smaller, more discreet. As long as they fit through the jump ring, that's all I really care about. Alrighty. And I wonder what other ways we can decorate the wine glass charms if you're really wanting to make a set that's completely different from each other. Tons of different ways to decorate. I could even think of something with epoxy clay, like making some smaller charms would be kind of fun. Okay, let's do this. And the more sparkles, the better, right? That's what we're looking for. Okay, I will cut that off. Okay, really good looking loop there. So now it's just a matter of connecting all the things together. So let's start with the right hand side and we'll work our way in. Looking for that seam. Oops, I went. Switch to my other chain nose pliers here. I'm gonna open that up, grab my pearl first. let's see if I can push this through. And of course, it is not wanting to go through because my hands are too slippery. Hopefully, I can kind of position it in a way that will. Nope, I'm not able to get a pretty good grip on it with my hands. I know there's enough space, it just keeps slipping. So we are just gonna skip adding the pearl, I guess. Because I can't get it through. Let's try a different bead and see if we have better luck. There we go. Maybe the pearl just was not meant for that space. Try it on the other side, right? It was a sign. It was saying, nope, not on this side. Okay. Let's find the seam. Now, I will say my jump rings are harder to find the seam for because they're so well cut. There we go. You really got to look for it. Okay, let's add in this one. And we'll give that pearl one more try on this side. I think that's where the seam is. Let's see. Oh my gosh, yes. Why did it fit so well on the other side? And not the side that I tried to. Don't know. It just wanted to be on that side. All right. Well, that is fun. Look at all that variety of baubles happening. And now I can add that to my glass as well. But I think you guys get the general idea of how this works and how much decorating you can do with each glass charm because there are so many possibilities and combinations. But I gave you guys the base kit of what to do for decorating. And if you're wanting to get the complete kit, you can go over to silversilkonline.com and grab. I'm just going to put all these out. Silversilkonline.com/design kits. Oh my gosh, look at all these. I got 2 more to create, which I will, but I'm pretty excited about all these. I've got 6 so far. And still like a ton of beads here to work with and do something with. So I need to get to work on the rest of these, but you guys get the idea. So I'm going to swap back over to my face. And I hope you enjoyed this fun, quick little exercise and tutorial for jazzing up some of your holiday decor. And I don't know, these rings in itself, because this is probably, let me take a quick measurement, whoops, of how big these are. Ugh, because they can serve as napkin rings too. In fact, because they're about 25 to 30 millimeters in inner diameter, believe it or not. And that would make it perfect to just kind of scrunch your napkin in together and then just hook this over onto the other side. And you've got a beautiful display. Sadly, I don't have any fancy napkins because, well, Oklahomans like to keep it, let's just say, a little more casual. But one day, maybe I'll just fancy it up and get some nice white napkins and set up my decor for some sort of party. And I would use these charms for it for sure. But I just don't have any fancy napkins. I have lots of wine glasses, though. All right. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the ideas and fun here, and I hope you'll give it a try for yourself. What else is there to say? Just follow me over on Instagram. If you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up over on YouTube. Make sure to share it with your friends if you have a creative group that enjoys this sort of content. And we've got a really fun tutorial coming up tonight as well. It'll be my first reaction video for a lost tape from Jill Wiseman where we make a lariat design together, and that's going to be so, so fun to look at. I haven't even seen the video yet, so it's all going to be like super organic, and you never know what's going to happen. All right, my lovelies, I will see you again at the next tutorial, and I love you so much. Big hugs to you out there. Mwah.